I'm just the bladder, very small.
No, we need built-in tea breaks, but no.
No, we could. Yeah,
We'll
I'm
have
fine.
one. We will have one.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
all
have
you
one.
need.
We will have
later.
one.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the TTK podcast here over at theScore Esports. It's been a long and busy week for esports, especially over the weekend. We have some new guests with us. We got this guy, Mr. Bernard.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello, people. I'm doing well. I'm just here for the free stuff, the eventual free stuff.
The eventual free stuff. What kind of free stuff are you looking at?
I'm open to anything, to anyone giving us free stuff.
Like
T-shirts.
some coffee. No, okay. You said you wanted some coffee, but we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, we got Bernard here. Of course, we have Devin, who's at the Austin Major. If you've been paying attention to our Instagram accounts, you've been seeing like 20 stories of him at the Austin Major. It's been a really, really cool time for all of us to see him there, get a lot of these awesome interviews as well. Dimitri, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing, brother. I'm here. I'm also here for the free stuff.
But along with us today, because it's been a busy weekend, right? We have Counter-Strike and Valorant going on at the same time. This is like two
Amazing.
tier 1 esports going like right at it. We also got Niall with us, who is currently at the Masters Toronto venue right now. Niall, dude, how you doing, boss?
Doing well, man. It's the event's been pretty crazy so far, especially since playoffs started on Friday. Yeah, it's been sick. There's also a huge crowd here today for. I assume it's mostly for Sentinels Paper X because that match is a complete banger. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, you got two fan favorites or whatever. What is it? Bernard and I went in briefly for one of the group stage matches, and even for like Paper Rex Liquid, like they were going off for that, and that was like a little crowd. We talked about it last week of like how excited we are to just have a tier 1 event like in Toronto proper. Overall, like you've been there for a bunch of weekends now, you continue to do it. Like, how's the general vibe there?
Vibes have been great, honestly. Like like some of the weekday matches haven't been quite as packed, but like I am really surprised with today's turnout. Like, dude, I got to the venue and I just saw the lineup and I was like, holy shit! Like, it's I'm so pumped for today's matches. The other match is Wolves Gen G, and like Wolves have been on like a pretty crazy Cinderella run, and I hope it continues. But Gen G, dude, they look insane. Like Texture is player of the tournament so far. So, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's get into it as far as the bracket and stuff, because it's honestly been kind of crazy. Again, we mentioned it. We were there to catch pretty much the end of round 3, and Wolves, like, beat their China Domestics in Billy Billy. That was a crazy match as well. And it kind of have continued to go on this run, and I think have, like, even from when we saw them, like after they beat Billy Billy, a lot of fans domestically that came over to see them at the press conference, and they're going on this run against Gen G. And pretty much of the top 6 that we have now in Valorant, we got Paper Rex, we got Sentinels, Wolves, Gen G, G2, and Fnatic. I mean, Wolves is kind of like the odd man out here that like just no one was expecting.
Yeah, no, it's honestly like incredible what they've done so far. Like a lot of people had this team as like the worst team the entire event heading in, so
Really?
yeah, quite the surprise. The other Chinese teams have kind of been disappointing. I mean, XLG was in a tough situation because they had to sub out a player before the event started,
Right.
and the guy that they subbed in did not speak English well, which is how they communicate because they also have a Russian player. So
Right.
I'm not surprised that they got knocked out right away, but the big story of the playoff stage so far is the fact that every single 1 seed has lost their opening match. So we had G2 XLG yesterday. G2 dominated them. Like I think a lot of people expected that, to be fair. And then Fnatic RRQ was a better match for sure. RRQ showed that like they could hang with Fnatic, but you could tell that they've definitely suffered from the Teo nerf that happened just before the event started. So yeah, good matches overall, but yeah, all the 1 seeds have struggled, and some of the coaches have talked about this, like Josh RT, and Josh RT talked about how like he feels like the break in between the Swiss stage and playoffs like actually hurt them more than anything. And
Interesting.
part of me kind of thought about what Twist said at the Austin Major, where like they were just like boot camping and like scrimming nonstop, and like he feels like that kind of tired them out. Because Oster said something similar yesterday in the press conference, and I was like, yeah, like you almost want those reps in the Swiss stage to get you going, right? And like the teams who played on the Swiss stage, like they're proving that it definitely helps.
And kind of going into this, you know, of the top 6, like you mentioned, like all the top seeds have lost their matches and whatnot. You know, any early predictions that we have here for like our current semifinals? Because like these are beefy matches, like you mentioned, like the matches are going to be starting up soon. Any preferences, brah?
Okay, so I have Wolves. I have Wolves in my top 4. But yeah, like my heart says Wolves, but I feel like Gen G is probably going to win today. The other match is honestly a toss-up for me. Like with Paper X, you never know, man. Like that's a scary team. Like they're either gonna play like complete potatoes, or they're gonna fucking destroy you. Like you really don't know what Paper X is gonna show up. And like Sentinels, they've just been improving all year. So I think it's Who knows?
I think we tuned into their match against Liquid. That was probably one of the best Valorant games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was there for G2 Paper X on Friday, and it was really hype.
Yeah.
It was really hype. It was really fun to watch.
Because we watched, when we were there, we watched Paper Rex almost make like the throw of the century.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, we're like
Yeah.
literally
I saw
like
that.
waiting. We're waiting to like do short form, right? We're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's like 12, like 2. Oh, we're just gonna go prep and like, you know, get our camera set up or whatever. We'll be fine. And then like we're waiting there for like an hour at that point
Yeah.
because the game just came back and it's going to like double OT. And we're like, oh, well, okay. And then Liquid lost.
And then OT just kind of
Yeah.
like they just trashed OT. So it was like what is the
Dude,
point?
that match was nuts. Like that would have actually been the choke of the century, bro. Like that would have been the biggest choke probably in Valorant history.
Actually crazy.
Up
Crazy match.
11-1 at the half, and then it goes to OT. Like that's crazy.
I mean, kind of so far though, with the matches, do you really have any preferences that you've seen so far? I mean, like Fnatic Gen G was really fun, I think, to watch on my end, and it's going to show like Gen G, I think, are probably one of the favorites to kind of take this. But any favorites that you've seen so far, and kind of any worries that you have?
Like I said, I think Gen G are probably the favorites at this point, just because they have that upper bracket advantage. So like even if they go to the final and like another team makes a run through lowers, like they have that double map veto advantage, which I mean it hasn't always resulted in like an instant win for like every team in the final, but like it's a huge advantage, right? Like so like I'd say they're my favorite they're my favorite right now, but G2, like they've been in this position before, like domestically back in America, is like they made the lower bracket run. They were so close to not even making it to Toronto, and I think the like resilience that they showed there kind of like proved to me that they could still do this. I think like, it's still a scary team.
Yeah, but I mean they kind of like, I mean, I don't know how much you guys were kind of watching through the upper. You said you watched G2 in Paper X, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, they're going up against Paper X. They lost, right? And then you mentioned that they went up against XLG, who were kind of, you know, shorthanded essentially, and they made it through. But like, were those not kind of Mickey Mouse? Like, I mean, you know, they made it through. Like, you know, I'm trying to be nice here, but like,
yeah, I mean, PRX, like that's a team that I think could like genuinely win the tournament still. It just depends on whether or not they actually show up. Like we've seen like the highs from them, but we've also seen the lows, like that game against Liquid where they almost choked. But like G2 yesterday looked like G2. Like they were dominant in that win. The true test will be when they play the losers from today. But yeah, I think they could still do it.
The thing that stuck me about G2 now was when we were sitting together in the press conference was after G2 lost and they got 2-0'd. And then someone asked, right, about Paper X, and I think it was Valen, right, who was just like, and you could see it on their faces, they were like so calm, so collected. They were like they got 2-0'd and they were just like, honestly, like, We don't really feel. They played really well today. They hit some really nutty shots. That second map could have gone our way. It didn't. But we're chilling. We're fine. We don't feel like they didn't look shell shocked. They didn't look like what the fuck just happened. They looked like run it back, go next. Happens. You know what I mean? Like they looked very composed. So it doesn't surprise me that they bounced back and that they look very dominant.
Oh, it sucks, dude. I
know. I'm just gonna say I know like a lot of people were like looking at that match and they're like, oh, G2 choked. They're like one of the favorites, but PRX, like they played well. They definitely deserve to win that.
I think for PRX to come back from that liquid scenario of like almost choking a fucking insane match, and then just coming back and just like announcing yourself like, oh yeah, that was nothing. You know, that feels like
the most startling moment was like I saw a TikTok because I gather that Tarek like he was co-streaming and they made a joke when they were up 11-1 where they did a bald bet, and he was like, oh, it's like this is safe, we can make a bald bet, and then the fucking comeback happens. But when I was watching it, when it hit like 12-11 or whatever the hell it was, like when it got to that point where it was like, I saw the camera was on one of the PRX players, and the PRX player like leaned back and was like, we've lost this map. Like totally
when Alex said that, dude, when Alex said that and like they played it on the broadcast, I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's
going
through it right now.
I was like, if you're the coach for that team and you close it out and you need to sit everybody down and you need to be like, okay, so we learned something about ourselves. Like maybe we don't crumble before the map is over.
These players have genuinely taken like years off of Alex's life. Like, bro is always just going through it. He's watching these matches. Him and Mind Freak, whenever they show the coaches cam, I'm like laughing my ass off. Like, it's so funny. Yeah.
As far as like individual plays, I think the only one that I saw that kind of like I was like kind of like had a double take on it was the Leaf 1v2 against XLG. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Well, we have it sent to production, but it's basically just like a jumping flick shot to wrap it up for the 1v2. Did you see this? Yeah.
Leaf's my fucking
Leaf. He snapped us here. He had a great series.
Crazy, bro. I'll see if we can bring it up, but
shout out to Chaos Esports Club. Shout out to the GOAT.
Dude, you used to rock so much Chaos merch, man.
No cap. I'm bringing my Chaos Esports Club hoodie to fucking Masters this week. I'm gonna get Leaf to sign it. Deadass.
All right.
Yeah,
that's my GOAT.
Is that the rebrand of the Chaos, or is it?
Yeah, is it like the old with the circle or like the green and the circle logo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I'm thinking the purple and orange.
No. That's Digital Chaos. Bro. That's the fucking GOAT. That's the OG. That's pre-Counter Strike. Yeah. That's like only Dota 2. Now this one with the Ouroboros with the snake.
Yeah, it's sick, dude.
I have this this like Stonewash like heather pink hoodie, bro. S+ tier esports merch. That shit is. Yeah, I'm gonna get Leaf to sign it.
Yeah. We'll wrap you up now. I mean, any feelings going into the match? Any last words you want to go before you know?
Dude, I just hope Wolves continue this miracle run. But yeah, it's about to get loud in here because the players are about to walk out on stage. But yeah, I picked Wolves in my top 4. I didn't have them winning this match in my pick'em. Like I had them making top 4 through lowers. So we'll see what happens. But,
I'll give credit that dude the stage music. Fucking banger.
Yeah, it does.
It is bangs. Like they got like some D&B in there, and I'm dude, that's a bop, man.
They Valorant embraced like the UK garage aesthetic, like 5 years ago, and I'm like wholly into that.
Yeah.
They really, I gotta say, we were in the arena and I heard the music coming out. The crowd was, the teams were coming out, and I was like, yo, I fuck with this. Yeah, it's such a good vibe. It's good. I'm into it.
I think having the audience so close to the stage as well is actually so sick.
It's a good setup.
It's a good setup.
I like the little fan zone setup that they've got. Like you can get right up, like right behind the players. It's really cool. Oster's loving it. He's jumping up and down and like yelling at the fans yesterday. It was good. But yeah, I should probably go because it's about to get very loud in here.
Okay, all right, man. Well, thanks so much for making the time, dude. We'll see you soon. Enjoy the match.
Be safe.
All right.
Be safe. But we haven't had just Valorant. We've also had Counter-Strike, and that has been going absolutely fucking bonkers. We also have a great guest who's going to be able to talk with us about everything that's happening in Austin, Texas. It's going to be Devin, our regular normal host for the TTK. Devin.
Can we get a yeehaw?
Is that a fuse box?
There we go.
Dude, that was so fucking
Very good.
smooth, dude.
That was
That's
clean
so
as fuck, bro.
smooth,
I'm not
dude.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know how he did that.
Oh,
Devin, how
shit.
you
Is
doing,
that
bud?
AI?
Oh shit, he's turning.
Yeah, is that AI?
Yeah, that's AI. That's the AI smooth.
AI Devin.
Oh shit, it's me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see me on the big screen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, really? You do?
Yeah.
How's it feel to be on the big screen, dog?
Feels great. Feels good.
So, first things first, you have any brisket yet?
No. I'm
What are you
probably
doing?
gonna do that today. Although a lot of barbecue places are closed like Mondays, Tuesdays, but there are some that are open.
I'm not gonna
The
ask
issue
why,
is
but-
that like I've gotten like pulled pork. There's a really good fried chicken place that I've actually kind of dusted twice. I got a crazy ass burger. So just no tacos yet. Well,
Have
we
you
did have one
seen?
taco,
Have you
but-
seen a vegetable in Austin,
Bro,
Texas?
it's actually fucking like it's actually killing me. Like they don't understand that I'm like, yeah, I kind of wanted to get like a wrap or like even a fucking Caesar salad, like something.
Yeah.
The only vegetables I've seen is are beans vegetables or are they fruits?
I think they're legumes, bro.
Legume
Anything
and
green?
fucking coleslaw.
I mean, French fries are technically a vegetable, right?
Sure, yeah.
I haven't had French fries.
Oh,
my
shit.
god, dude! This guy's gonna be like fucking Biz,
Oh
come
my
here
God.
and be like, "Hey
You're gonna
guys,
come
so
home with gout.
I
bro.
found
like,
out
yeah.
I got gout, you know." But yeah, I don't get how I got gout. I just got like 20 burgers at the Austin Major. Like,
Yeah, it's tough. Like, yeah, it's tough. And like where the players eat, they're like given like catered food and like salad bars and shit like that. And I'm like, fuck.
so the
would be-
players get veggies and
Isn't
media
Twists
doesn't.
a vegan?
Is Twist
Huh?
vegan?
Isn't Twists a vegan? Because I was gonna say,
Potentially.
I actually would be like really like impossible, bro, to be like a vegetarian or God forbid a vegan. In
Oh, I think like
Texas.
I'm sure like everything's like catered to them because it's like the hotel they're at. It's like one of the nicest hotels in like any given city.
Okay.
I won't dox which one it is. There was a fan that seemed like he was trying to. I don't know how the fuck he got in, but he was trying to get into the PlayStation.
Oh, that's cool. That's weird.
Yeah, but yeah, food's been really good. Just
Yeah.
looking for a little bit more variety, if you know what I mean.
Well,
Yeah.
brother, you've been here at the Austin Major for a good long while. We've seen all the Instagram stories. Oh, nice job. Nice job,
Sorry.
Dimitri.
Sorry.
We've seen all the Instagram stories. It seems like you're having a good time, bro.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a lot of fun. It's a lot different being for like this level of the stage, versus like Copenhagen where it was just the playoffs. So we're like actually at the player hotel where they're running. They ran stage 1, 2, and 3. We got here for the tail end of stage 2, and then all of stage 3, which was fucking crazy. But
Yeah. Wait, were
Been-
you
it's been
in?
cool.
Were you in Austin at the time for when Falcons got back the fuck
No.
out? No,
No.
dude, that would have
No.
been perfect.
No.
Did you see them at the airport?
here's the thing, they're not. Let's just say they're not going to be in rush hour 4. Let's just say that.
All right. Well,
If anyone
Uh,
gets that reference, I applaud you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we've
Yeah.
already kind of like succumbed to the fact that this podcast has become like boomer hour pretty much. So, oh yeah, boom hour.
Yeah, your jeans even got tighter over the
Yeah.
span of the week, bro.
What are you talking
Yeah.
Before you know
Not
it, they
tight
might,
enough,
Before you know it, they might actually fit. Oh shit!
Holy shit!
He might
dude.
be on meggings at this point.
Devin, you think you might get new jeans in Texas? No, I'm kidding. All right, but stage 3, dude. Let's
Ooh.
talk through it. We had a whole stage while you were there. Spirit absolutely blasted their way through the entirety of the third stage, looking like nobody's business. You said, did you say you tried to ask Donk for an interview?
Oh, like every time he walks, they like I got the notion like the head shake once. The other times, because basically like they have to walk past us, but they can say no if they want to. Shiro was the only one that said that like he's just like, oh, I'll get you next time, and then
He's not getting you next time.
He's not. No.
He's not
no,
getting you next time.
No.
hopefully they can't escape. They can't escape media day. That's the hope. But I talked to Zontic, so
Oh, dude! Wow. Real one there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does
that's
it seem like he's staying in the team,
who?
the Zontex? Or did he feel like, oh, I might be on my way out? I don't know. I'm just brewing.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
your shit's starting here. Yeah.
I don't know if they would change anything.
Yeah.
Why would they? They're fucking.
Like if they come
Blasted.
back and they just major farm again, like what does it matter? Like they
Yeah.
just made a quick fucking 1.2 mil.
I do wonder if this roster doesn't work and they don't make it, or if they don't win the major, do they change something? Right?
I think the only way that happens is if they get, and I still think this is a possibility. Although I've just like always been a Spirit hater, like play style wise, I just like don't like the fact that they just like donk just wide swings things and they just win majors because of it. It's like it like
Yeah.
aggravates me, like annoys
Yeah.
me. They could get blasted in the quarters, and then like there might be this question of like, okay,
Yeah.
should we change? You know what I mean? Like, oh, stage
But that
Street's so
bracket is
easy.
like so much more
Top heavy.
yeah.
top heavy.
It's so top heavy.
It is
we'll,
very
we'll,
top heavy.
we'll get to it in a sec in terms of the bracket because I still do want to talk about stage 3 stuff. So, okay, another interview we thought it was impossible, right?
They said it was impossible.
They said it was impossible, but we got it. We got it,
We got
ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and
We
gentlemen.
got him. We
We
got
got
the
'em.
simple interview. Okay.
And it's so funny because like I guess Matt was so excited he forgot to like record on the phone as well. To like get it for posterity, like to record for socials. He just forgot.
You know what I'd love too is
Um,
in that interview, he's wearing a fucking Louis Vuitton backpack.
Mm.
Simple is
so many. Even like
baller.
Dumau had a Louis Vuitton duffel bag.
bro, people were roasting Nico on Reddit because they were like, motherfucker pulled his keyboard out of like a Gucci
Yeah.
sleeve only to get absolutely fucked
Yeah.
in stage 2.
Now we know where his fucking $1 salary went.
Yeah.
What?
Unreal.
Just Matt's just so funny because Matt's like, you reckon this guy's a millionaire? I'm like, they're all fucking millionaires,
Dude,
Matt.
yeah. Like, what do you
They
mean?
all make 30K a month. Man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, be serious.
No
bro.
way. Are you
Uh,
serious?
All right, but let's talk about the rest of the stage 3 because honestly,
No,
Okay.
hold on. Before we get to that, we gotta focus on the real shit. What was the aura check? Like, what was the aura? How
Jesus
Oh,
how
yeah.
nice
Oh,
was the aura on
every-
the simple
like-
interview?
I've spoken to everyone on FaZe now except for Frozen, I believe. And it's just like the vibes are like at a fucking
Immaculate.
ultimate.
Immaculate, right? How's my boy
But-
John? How's the Liege doing? How's my boy John doing?
Ali's just so funny, dude. Like we talked to him in the first media day, and he's just great, and like he's very well media trained. Obviously, they
Oh,
all
he's the
oh,
best.
pretty
he's a
much
pro.
are.
He's a pro.
How does he feel?
Um,
Does he look? Because Elise,
How does he feel?
I'm trying to get like an actual like like
You're trying to get an
fucking-
understanding,
I'm trying
bro.
to like trying to put my hand, I'm trying to put my hand on his heart.
How
you know what I
warm
mean? I'm
is
trying
my
to
boy?
like because Elise is one of
I
those
didn't get to
players-
touch his bald head, if that's what you're asking.
Fuck.
That's all I wanted to
Oh,
know. That's all I wanted to know. There's like little anime hearts coming off. His
Yeah.
head, you know, like he's like fucking.
No,
when
they
Elise
they
is on, he's
actually
on.
seem like so excited and so pumped that this run is happening.
Oh, dude. Can we just talk about the fact for like 2 seconds? Can we take a second that in 2025 we are about to watch? This is not a fever dream. This is not a Reddit fan
Yep.
fiction. We are about to watch Simple and Elige on the same team phasing up
Yeah.
in the quarterfinals of a major.
Don't forget about
How
Kerrigan.
fucking sick is that,
9 years later.
Yeah.
brother? Dude,
Well, like I said it it'll be out at the same time around this comes out, so make sure you watch the second Don't At Me live on location.
Nice plug.
Okay.
Nice plug.
Thanks.
Good plug.
clean.
But like it's actually like I said it in the video, like this guy was benched talking fucking shit about this game.
You mean simple?
Yeah, of course.
Simple, yeah, talking shit about this game, barely playing it. And then his return to Falcons was a major disappointment, and then he just comes back and lights it up. Like he's not just like he's like top fragging.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, and also it's not like he returned to Falcons and is like, is like lighting it up with like Nico and Munisi. You know what I mean? Like where it's like his team is so good that it's like they like he joined a team where like FaZe are all like superstars, but let's be honest, they're not spring chicken superstars. Like they're superstars who have and like it's crazy. Like it's fucking insane that this guy is like actually doing it on a team where like he has to carry a little bit. He has to actually be simple.
Actually play.
Yeah, he has
like
to be simple.
Yeah.
He can't just show up and like get a few op frags and go on Twitter. Like it is crazy, man. It's fucking nuts.
I think you kind of have to give a little bit of credit, I think, to Kerrigan.
Oh yeah.
No, that's the second thing not the second thing, but that's the other thing I said in the video is just like he's doing it again. It's literally like the fucking meme. It's like,
he can't
every time I think I'm out, they bring me back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Like,
I've had for a long time the Kerrigan is like my like greatest IGL of all time, and like, but because so this situation for FaZe is like perfectly catered to him. Take like a fucking mess that's like garbage and mold it into gold. Like Kerrigan has done this so many times.
There was a clip on Reddit this is from like I think it was from stage 2, early stage 2. And it was when they were like having that when they went up 2-0, right? When they had that like really great like, and it was someone clipped it. It was like immaculate. It went under the radar, and it was they were on Dust 2. I forget who they were playing, and it was just this thing where they were playing CT Dust 2, and like they were literally because we had like you could hear the comms. They were literally pugging, like it was like. Drop CT, 1 CT, swing double door, good, nice, trade, nice, good job, he's right there, nice, and then they kill all 5, and then it like the round ends, and you hear them all just go nice, and Karen goes wee wee, and I'm looking like they're fucking pugging, they're literally just pugging, bro, like they're not even like this isn't
the
like
vibes are really high.
The vibes. This is a vibely team.
Yeah,
they are the power of God, anime, and vibes.
You know what's fucked?
It's crazy.
You know what's fucked too is because like. And Devin, you'll see this from you saw this like in person, but the teams that they beat in stage 3 were not chumps.
No.
Like it was like you had
like
Legacy.
I said, like it's not Spirit and Vitality, but it's literally the next best teams in the world.
Yeah.
It's Mouse, Aurora, and Mongols, and then Legacy, who are on the run of a fucking lifetime. The only better story than this one at the major, until now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, when it's like not only are they not kind of chump teams, but like just looking at the top stats of the tournament so far, Simple's the 5th highest rated player. And the only next is like Shiro, Donk, Zaiwu, and Molodoy, and that's it.
The thing is too is like he's getting these reps in where those teams aren't, right?
Yeah.
Like he went to Dallas and then straight to the major, like less play time than like I would assume anyone else.
Yeah.
And he's getting better every game.
Yeah.
So I think the path that they took, is actually helping them out, because I think the more they play, the more, the more tests he gets, and I think it's only helping the team getting to play together more.
So I want to get to playoffs in just a sec, just to get some preds, but did you guys watch that G2 overtime, like the G2 Mongols overtime?
Yeah, dude.
That was
insane.
That's like I looked because I left probably like halfway through the game because I had to go out, and I looked at the score and I was like, this is like an overtime count I would see in CS:GO.
Yeah.
Because it was so bonkers high, and like you see like there's a 3v5 that happened where G2 got a retake on, and this is Dust 2, right? And like an insane retake.
Also, shout out to the fact that this didn't happen on Inferno. Like that's actually worth saying.
That you
hear a game went 5 overtimes,
overtime.
6 overtimes, and then you have to make that asterisk of like, by the way, it wasn't Inferno.
Yeah,
that's like the fact that it's on Dust 2 is insane.
Heartbreaker though, Devin for G2 though.
Shout out to the G2 boys.
Yeah, I know.
That is
shout out to the G2
fucking
boys.
Gutted.
Yeah.
Completely still making it this far in stage 3, losing to what is like a top 4 team in the world, and like making a good run at it. I mean,
give them their flowers.
give them the flowers.
That's
you
the
know?
Hunter. That's the Hunter Revenge Tour, bro. That's
Yeah.
like that is. He's looked so good coming out of that, like this event, right? Like they look like a team that real players would want to join, and they look like players that real teams would want to enlist. Like they looked really good.
Yeah, it's tough for Malbs. Like I talked to him the game before, and he was like really excited for the opportunity to, like, you know, because everybody forgets he's NA as well.
Yep.
So it was really tough to see him after the game because he was really excited to get the chance to play in front of, you know, a home-ish crowd.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and did we talk about NA?
No, not talking about NA. Don't talk about NA, bro.
It's the only like
This
major
major is
region.
going well. This conversation's going
It's
well. Let's
not.
just talk about
The
playoffs.
only major region
Look, baby,
to not
Elige-
have a
Elige is in
core.
the playoff, baby.
Yeah.
NA is
NA's
on the
alive through one player.
Simple lived here. It counts.
Yeah. All right. Devin, I know you're on a short time and you're here. So quickly, playoffs, predictions, quarterfinals, Spirit, Mouse.
Spirit. I
Okay.
honestly, like, Mouse has been like surprising me over and over again. Like, they know not a lot of people love them. They don't know why. But you know, they keep doing it despite, you know, going down and looking like they're out. That Legacy series was fucking crazy. The comeback was crazy.
So you're making the case right now, except you literally just said Spirit.
It's just that, like, the one thing is they get you know, 2-ish days off, and then they're you know, in the media day all day Wednesday. So like it is like it takes a lot out of you, right? Playing those matches. So it's either going to help them or it's not. It's one of those things. Same thing in you know, playoff games where it's just like, oh, is it better to sweep a team, or is it better to and get time off, or is it better to, you know, keep playing, keep learning?
Right.
But at the same time, it takes it out of you. So it is questionable, but I think not giving it to Spirit is still just a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, it's also that thing of like Spirit are that team where, like, when they are on, there is no, I mean, you can't even shoot back.
No.
Like, you can't even fight back. Like, when they, and again, I don't know why. It's hard to, like, it just feels like when they are firing, there is not even a, well, maybe if we can, you just get pumped. Fucking pumped. And there's just, and like, I would love, I'm going to be cheering for Mouse all the way through. But like, I think it's fair, and like, I'm with Devin on the prediction. Like, I think that like, there is just a very reasonable chance that they will just show up, and it will be the fucking fastest 2-0 of Spirit's life, and they will just,
or it's the longest 2-1 of Spirit's life.
And they still win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see a world, man. But go to the next.
Vitality, Navi, I don't.
Oh, come on.
No. Yeah.
Come
on. Any question? Shut up.
I
No.
could see.
No.
I could see
Nope.
a scenario.
We don't want
where
that juju in here,
Navi,
brother.
No,
Come on.
come on.
where Navi basically, just the Alexi B Magic might come back and just kind of like test Vitality a little bit.
Test, sure.
Because
Test.
I feel like Vitality, obviously they went through fairly easily right after they got pumped in their first game. But that first game looked horrendous.
I think they needed to just end the streak, get it out of the way, take the stupid pressure from the streak off, and just be like, all right, it's done.
Yes.
It's done. Let's
Devin,
over, right? Like,
Vitality, Navi.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna obviously pick Vitality. I just think that, you know, like, they lost that match against Legacy. They clearly, like, just weren't prepared.
Yeah.
Maybe had an ego going into it, and it didn't work out. But
Either way,
they're the best team in the world right now by a large margin. So I just don't think it's realistic.
Yeah, a super heavy top side of the bracket though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Bottom side of the bracket though, and this is where we get fucking spicy, dude. We got FaZe Mongols, man. And
That's
man,
gonna be
this is
tough.
a bottom side of the bracket, which sucks because you really want Mongols to win. I want FaZe to win. Personally.
Just to be clear, I'm going to cheer for
I think are we all going for
Yeah,
FaZe
yeah.
for this fucking round?
I want FaZe to win the major.
Yeah.
I'm cheering for FaZe to win
I
the
think
major.
Devin?
To win the entire thing,
Are
or
you
the
on the
specific
FaZe train,
matchup?
bro?
Yeah,
Both.
I'd say FaZe or Furia, whoever wins that eventual matchup, which I think it will be, is who I'm going to cheer for. Because for similar reasons, in my opinion, like one obviously Elige, NA, Kerrigan getting another shot at another grand finals, and then Simple goes without saying. And then on the other side, Furia, Fallen somehow fucking still doing it. And
Bro, Yekindar
Yekindar
becomes a
finally
major
making it
winner.
work as well.
If Fallen
Yeah.
wins his like third major.
With
I don't
Yekindar.
even
With
want to
Yekindar.
live in the world where
Yeah.
Brazilian shit talking chat will exist for that.
I
dude.
do want to live in the world where Simple is a CS2 major winner, and he literally just ends this event, hoists the major trophy, gets the new little trophy on his Steam profile, and
Retires.
literally just goes.
It just leaves.
By the way, game is ass. I'm gonna go home and just fucking pug Dota for the next year. 'Cause call me when they add cash. 'Cause this game is ass. That would be so loaded. I don't even have fucking words. Bro.
That would be like the biggest
Oh
mic
my
drop.
god,
Dude.
his dick would slam the
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
His dick would do to tables what Nico's entire forearm.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's-
That
God.
would be so insane.
He's gonna be like
Oh,
Randy
man.
Johnson in South Park, having to use a wheelbarrow for his. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
He would, bro.
Okay.
People just being like, "Hey, Zywoo's the goat," and he just comes in and just like,
Fuck you.
"Oh, this is I'm actually
Yeah.
Absolutely.
sorry."
All right,
what
all right.
were you guys saying?
Lastly, the Brazilian Derby. We got Pain versus
Oh,
Furia.
yeah.
We're
That's
gonna
gonna
get
be a
the
good one.
first Brazilian team to make it to a semifinal in God knows how long. I
don't
want
even know
Furia
if
to
Why
win.
I think
not?
this is going to be. First of all, congrats to Brazil. Deadass. Congrats
actually
to Brazil.
huge,
Huge
you know,
move.
it's
I will
huge.
say this. I know Devin's on one right now. People may not know this, new podcast listeners, but Devin is a long-time Brazilian CS stan. I feel, Devin, like this might actually be, of all the four quarterfinals, I feel that this one might actually end up being the most one-sided. I have this feeling that Furia are going to manhandle Pain.
They have
Yeah.
looked fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe I asked them too. Just, I'm like, do you think like going a little international like was just sort of maybe that spark that you needed? Obviously, like Brazil, clearly with the amount of fucking teams that make it to majors every year, they have an incredible, back pool or backlog of talented players. And young talented players too, especially with the case of Payne. So the region is extremely healthy. Obviously, they're just looking for that result, and maybe they needed just that extra sort of spark in Maladoy and Jakindar. So and yeah, they just fucking cruise through the stage. So I just I don't know. Payne is crazy too. Like they were the last match yesterday. It went extremely late because of the G2 overtimes. Uh, it was all the like Brazilian guys were gonna see Wu-Tang Clan, but they like had to stay because it's
okay.
like obviously like a Brazilian team, but it was going so late that like the concert had already started.
Yikes.
That's funny.
So
Yeah.
they had to stay, and it was hype, like just like seeing them and like there's so many people standing filming like their bench that I couldn't even see them, but I could just hear them like sobbing. Because there's also just so much money that comes with the championship capsule, right?
Yeah.
And also just like the honor. It sucks that it has to be a team kill, but at least a core Brazilian team will make it to the quarterfinals of a major.
Semis.
And
Semis.
potentially
Semis, yeah.
prove, or semi, sorry, and potentially prove that they are the greatest region in NNA, and we're claiming them.
Dude, yeah, the fact I don't even know if I want to get into it, but the fact that Brazil is like putting up two like full strong teams.
We're not
that are
talking about
just-
NA. I know where you're going.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
not
You
doing it.
know, it's hard not to, but
No,
like
it's very easy, brother. Because you know why it's very easy? Because we have Elige, and Elige is
Elige
gonna.
is there.
Here's my question for y'all. Because I'm scared, man. I'm afraid now, and I hate that I'm saying this out loud, but we're getting to that point. I'm a little afraid of Spirit. I'm a little afraid. Spirit are my Florida Panthers of Counter-Strike. I'm a
They
little
are.
afraid
They
that
are.
they are gonna fucking major farm. And there's only like who's gonna beat Spirit? I got 2. One is just Vita. Obviously, if Vita just beats them in the semifinals,
Yeah.
easy. Like that's gonna be the matchup, all likely. That may even end up being sort of like the true major grand final, right? Between those 2 teams. Maybe not. Here's the thing though, man. Historically, Kerrigan is the Spirit fucking I think he's the donk whisperer. I think he's the
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And I think with Simple on that team,
Oh my god.
and I think like one thing I'll say about Spirit is like they look when they're winning, they look unstoppable. They look like 2019 Astralis. Here's what I'll say though: when they're losing, and Donk is like, oh, and I don't. They kind of come apart a little bit. They don't do that thing where they're like FaZe are historically have been a very scary team to be up 8-4 at the half because like they play well from behind. Yeah. I don't feel like Spirit play well from behind. I feel like they're a team that plays really well when they're just up 7-1, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, we're going to have to get through a few matchups before this ever happens. It has to be the grand finals, in fact, right? But I think, bro, how insane would a FaZe Spirit grand final be?
Dude.
How fucking insane would that be?
I think FaZe Vitality would be crazier.
You think so?
We were talking about it in the press room, being like, what would break... Because I think FaZe in the grand finals will break viewership numbers regardless.
Yeah.
But what would
match?
Oh yeah.
Goathood on the line. That
There's
would be
so
sick.
many like storylines there. Rops.
Oh,
That's the other thing I said in my fucking Don't At Me, which plug again, it will be coming out. Please watch it. It's like just as the fucking GOAT conversation was getting messy, and people were like, well, now you got to sort of, cut the line between CSGO and CS2. Just as that was, becoming a standard conversation or a standard, prefix into this conversation, he comes back.
Yeah.
And he puts up these numbers. Just as people were being like, well, he was the CSGO GOAT, not the CS2 GOAT.
Yeah.
And then he fucking comes back and makes the playoffs. I asked Kerrigan, I'm like, after they qualified, I'm like, yo, just give me a few words. And he's like, it's FaZe, it's Simple, it's Elige, it's North America, it's Absolute Cinema.
Let's fucking go! Let's go,
dude.
The GOAT, dude.
All right,
it's so fucking here for it. Woo!
It's so
fucking here for it, dude.
All right, boss. Well,
I love it.
I know. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you got to head off soon, so thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed your days off. Go enjoy some barbecue if you
try
can,
to find a vegetable. Try.
Or yeah.
Yeah, I'm going vegetable hunting before my tea time. So let's.
Dude's going golf. Did you watch the U.S. Open?
I did. That was a crazy ending.
That putt was nuts. To like all the
fucking-
2 viewers that we have that watch golf, but yeah, dude, that spawn.
I'm sorry,
putt is
like it's like it's like watching like Oakmount was like the equivalent to like making Dimitri watch an Inferno Grand Final.
Yeah,
Like
it's
people are like, oh, it's
dude.
so great because it's so hard. I'm like, bro, the one fucking person that won was -1. No one else. The next below him was +2.
Yeah.
No one else was positive.
Yeah, this is like if you took like Simple, Faker, and like the best players of every esport and put them in fucking guns and expect to just go. Like Oakmont is stupid hard of a course to golf.
I would not be watching that.
Yeah. And so
No
anyway, but
thanks.
it came down to the wire with 3 guys who were up for it, and this guy hits like a 60-foot putt to get birdie and win the turn. Anyway, this is golf,
right.
but
fuck
it
are we
was
talking about golf?
dope. Anyway, enjoy your golf, buddy.
Yeah, but
Oh, he's on the divot. He's on the divot now.
Are you giving us a beer check?
Oh,
Oh, are you,
oh,
Of
is this safe for work, bro?
I liked
course
it.
it is.
All right.
I liked it. I thought it was nice.
a little violated, but hey.
All right. Thanks so much, Devin.
It was a
Enjoy
good
your
time.
golf,
Yeah.
brother.
Have fun.
All right. I am so no. Here's the thing: is I want a Vitality FaZe grand final. I think I think it'd be awesome, but I want a Spirit FaZe final, only to get the translation of what they're shit talking on stage.
I know. My brain went there immediately.
Yeah,
It
I'm
went
like
there
I
immediately,
want to
bro.
know what Donk and Simple are saying to each other right across from each other.
I know.
And it'll be vile, for sure.
Yeah.
I want like.
Am I the only one who wants a Furia in the grand final?
Oh, that'd be sick.
Because
I
I
think
feel
fall
like
in the grand final.
I feel like Brazil
Yeah.
being at the top of the game again is something just feels right.
I think it would be really insane if this was the iteration of a Brazilian team that did it. Like
Yeah.
again, like it's really cool sometimes to like I had a moment watching the broadcast last week where like it's on my second monitor, I'm working and like I'm watching the major, and I did one of those things where I sort of like had the out of body experience where I looked at the scoreboard and I saw like Simple like smiling in a FaZe jersey next to Elige smiling in a FaZe jersey and just went, this is fucking real. Like, it's so fun,
What
right?
year
There
are
was
we
this
in,
thing,
bro?
like, Fallen wins a major in 2025, captaining Furia with checks notes, Yakindar. It's like, fucking let's go, dude. Like,
Seratos, skulls. Yeah.
this is an episode out of an anime, but, like, absolutely I'm watching it. It's so cool. No, this major has been goated. This major,
it's been one of all time.
CS2 needed this major. I don't, maybe not everyone feels that way, but like I think this has been a fucking heater at every point. And we went from week 1, lull, start the major. Like guys like Malijan, rightfully, and we sort of all agreed with this thing of like, oh, there's like this, these like the pre-group stage, pre whatever group stage, and like we went from that to absolutely insane run at every term. My anxiety now is, and how crazy is this? My anxiety is, does the bracket stage live up
to the group stage.
to stages
which
one
happens
and 3?
so often,
right? Like that's the thing. Like
you remember? I think it was the London major. Like the group stage was actually sick.
Yeah,
exactly.
No,
the group stage was actually sick. You had like it's where Ye made his first like run with like complexity and stuff. It was awesome. And then Astralis just destroyed everyone, and no one remembers that, right?
Yes.
But in this way, it's like the bracket is where we have to like kind of hold our breath a little bit. Oh, is this just going to be a spirit rinse all the way through? Oh, is this going to be a vitality rinse all the way through? Or is the bottom side of the bracket, because there's a good chance Mongols could also beat FaZe, right? There's a decent chance. So it's like, I think there's so many storylines that could either be absolutely fucking amazing or just stink, and it just sucks.
I know everyone has their eyes on FaZe because of Simple, and like that's really sick. Don't get me wrong, but my thing is like I think FaZe are the team that I'm fucking locked in on not because or just because of Simple, but because I'm having visions, man, of like Kerrigan doing the Wii U's and Elige just absolutely on his form. Rain is, and like I'm picturing this team as like the T1 in League of Legends. Yeah. Which is like, they're like 3rd LCK seed, they barely get into Worlds, and then literally they like, all right, they go 3-2 in groups, and then that thing happens where you open the door a crack, and you let Faker into a playoff bracket, and he is fucking shark, and blood touches his nostrils, and I'm not just talking about Simple. Like, I think Kerrigan is getting that whiff of a grand final. And I'm telling you, man, he's like, I know y'all are Vita. I know you guys have Donk. But, like, what are you going to do when we win Pistol and then the Force buy? And it's like a 9-3 half, and we're up 11-4. And I'm wee-wooing while you're trying to have a fucking timeout. And, like, what the fuck are you guys going to do? Like, mentally, I just feel like that team has nothing to lose, and they're going to fucking steamroll.
It is so much where it's just, like, it's the CS effect of like there's no pressure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
We've seen it happen like famously with Snacks when Mouse with like IM New York back in the day, where it was just like a big whatever kind of tournament. Mouse were on like the last run and they just win it. And it's like there's no pressure on this team. And so they're just balling the fuck out.
You know what this actually reminds me of? This phase? TI8. OG.
Okay,
just
hold
like a bunch of dudes.
You had to go there.
Just a bunch of dudes.
You're bringing up some
and
names.
Zero pressure. They were just like, we're just here to play.
Yep.
And I think that this FaZe team feels the same way. Where I think at the start they did have a lot of pressure with Simple on.
Oh, they did.
People don't know are they gonna work out? But I think now that they kind of like got the ball rolling, and now that they know like, oh yeah, we're just here to play. We already proved that we're good. Simple already proved that he still has it.
Yeah.
I think now they're just like, they just want to fucking play.
And I think there's this terrifying thing, and it's like T1 in League is like this. There's this terrifying thing of like the wealth of experience and
Yeah.
talent that these 5 players have. It's immense. It's
Yeah.
immeasurable. And like when you
Yeah.
are in a 1v2 clutch and you're simple and you have the bomb and it's Mirage and you get it down and like it's like your brain gets like transported back to what it was like watching him do this in like 2019, right?
Yeah.
2022, like 21. Like it's just I think that there is this very frightening thing for these other teams where like one they are 5 superstars.
Yeah.
Former or
Oh,
current superstars. But 2, I'll only challenge the OG thing in one regard, which is OG, what categorized their run is they did have something to prove. I agree they had no pressure, but
Yeah.
none of them had ever won TI before. It was like the dream.
Yeah.
The
That is
reason,
true.
like,
Yep.
like, and yeah, Donk has won a major. Yes, Vitality has won a major. But like, if from this point on, everything FaZe do is gravy. Like they've won slams, they've
Yeah.
won majors. Like that's why they're wee wooing. Like it's just like there's this thing of like
we're back, baby.
they're
That-
just
that
like
is-
right like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the craziest kind of
We're-
I think people are like discounting is this FaZe team has 5 players with a lot of like winning
Yeah.
under
Yeah.
their belt.
yeah.
A lot of winning.
Real quick, we're gonna move on, but last thing I will say on this is that if Elige wins a major, I better see fucking tears. I want to see that fucker cry, bro. I
We-
need it.
We say this and then they get 2-0'd by Mongo.
I'm literally gonna edit.
You
I'm-
will see
I'm-
tears.
I'm-
you will see
I'm gonna
tears.
fucking edit a
no.
clip. It's just gonna be like us, like fast forwarded by 10, and it's like, like fucking.
He cried
all-
in Rio when they
you know,
lost. It was
All
really
that
sad.
glaze. And
They
Dude.
did, in fact.
They
It's
did,
you
in
know that like
fact.
Arnold meme. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen,
no.
Yeah.
FaZe fucking lost.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there were in fact
So
tears.
we also had some other esports that did happen, believe it or not, outside of the FPS realm. I know it's kind of crazy. We talk about a lot of first-person shooters, but we do cover other games as well.
Can we talk about Valorant a little longer?
Do you really want
Val,
Yeah, kind of.
Dimitri wanting to talk about
I know.
Valorant.
Yeah,
What is going on?
to? Do you really want to?
I do.
Were
About what?
Were you
I was.
poisoned?
I was there. I went on Friday. I never really. I mentioned talking the G2 game, but I never really got to talk about the experience of going.
What was
for
the
it.
I
experience of going?
got to
Yeah.
go. Remember,
Yeah.
I went and I was like, "Well, you chose this short form from last week of me talking about Valorant's too slow."
Yeah, it actually
I got
like went.
fucking-
It went out 2 hours ago. It's actually doing great.
I got
Um,
fucking Liz called me out in on the subtweet, so I feel like I got to
Yeah.
fucking like.
Yeah.
I went. I was there on Friday.
Mhm.
My first Valorant LAN, my first Valorante LAN. There were no dark corridors, cartoons as far as the eye could see,
Yeah.
and I was hyped. I was like, all right, let me go and let's watch some Valorant for the first time in like 3 years or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
So I saw G2 versus PRX, and it was fucking sick. And then I watched Sentinels, Dust, XLG. What are they called?
XLG, yeah.
Yeah.
XLG.
Bro, it kind of fucked. Like watching Valorant on LAN is like, look, watching any esport on LAN is sick.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
if you've never done it,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you've never gone to like a real event and seen like it's like it does hit different, right? Like
Yeah.
hearing the thumping of the bass when a frag happens, like the crowd, like you can even not really like the game and it's hype. It's always better when it's on LAN, right? So that's part of it, but. It felt like good, like without Tejo there, and with people actually like the rounds were fast. I got to see Zekin, who I
Yep.
learned is a fucking animal on Neon, just fucking playing deathmatch. Like I was playing Apex Legends, it was crazy, and like I had a lot of fun watching Pro Valorant.
Wow.
So I went home
Converted.
and
Wow.
I reinstalled the game.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Installed the game.
Holy shit.
I
yo.
did. I did.
Now I gotta
Riot.
Make this a short-
You're paying for this ad.
I
converted our
reinstalled the game. I made it 2 matches.
Damn.
2 matches before I was like,
right. You know.
It
Right,
does
right,
feel
right.
a lot different.
Yeah.
Than
You know how
CS.
you convert this man? Put in retake servers. That's all it is. Put in retake servers. This man will get converted. In no time.
yeah, I can't
Okay.
talk about it. It's still too soon to talk
So-
about retakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun as fuck to watch.
Yes.
I still feel like playing the game.
It's I think a lot of people think that Valorant plays similar to CS.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually not.
Every time
You
I
got to
go
think
back-
about it.
It's
like
a very
game.
different-
Every time I go back, I forget that.
Yeah,
Every time.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, this game's molasses. It'll be so easy. And then, like, it is, but, like, you forget that, like, you're also molasses.
Yeah.
You can't jiggle peek. You can't, like, do the things you would do in
Yes.
CS to
Yeah.
get to
Yeah.
be advantageous in gunfights, right?
It is, believe it or not, guys, a different video game.
A
that was
different
made
video
by
game.
a different company.
And I
So-
just forget this every time.
Another Riot game that we have is League of Legends. Now,
Yeah.
you guys may not have noticed this, but the LTA
ahead.
Finals were going on.
They did not notice this.
Yes.
You did not, but it did end in a pretty interesting way, in the most NA way possible. I think this is the second time actually this has happened now.
Who got base raced? What happened? Who inted? Let me give it to
Do
you,
you want
brother.
to watch it?
Yeah!
All right.
Let's go.
Let's throw it on the screen. This is Cloud9 versus FlyQuest
Let's go.
in what was the LTA Finals, full best of 5.
This is map 5?
Yeah.
Play it,
Are
Jamie.
you fucking me? No way. Yeah, it is map
The
5.
death timer would sync up really nicely,
Okay.
but still, the Elder Dragon is going to spawn. They've got one tower left at their Nexus. Teleport comes out here for
Oh, no.
Whippo. Whippo has
pinging on the
burst
Nexus
damage.
tower. He's
He-
Is
pinging
Gragas
going
beelining?
there.
Oh my god, they're
Oh, no.
going.
Double teleport for
No.
Nexus.
Shot.
FlyQuest is
Oh,
trying
no,
to get
shot.
a sneak victory.
They have no answer.
Sneak
Oh,
has the
no.
way.
Oh.
Whippo,
Oh,
fucking
my
Gragas.
goat, my goat, my goat Whippo.
no.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Oh my god.
God, I hate this region. Oh my god.
Hey, it's an EU player, bro.
Oh,
So is that,
Sven.
actually.
Poor Sven.
Poor Sven. All it takes is one little beer drinking boy to just end the hopes and
My
dreams
goat
in a
ends
North
it on my
American
goat.
final.
That's so fucking clean.
Isn't that crazy, bro?
Wow.
Because, like, I remember, was it a couple splits ago now where this
Yeah, it
also
was
happened?
Liquid versus No, who was it? I remember the final like very well.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Wait,
And
wasn't that the last split, or was that?
This just happened over the
It
weekend.
was the last.
No,
one?
I mean like
the
the
one- yeah,
liquid
yeah.
base race. I feel like
Oh.
that was also the last split.
That was
no?
leading into Worlds. It was right before Worlds. I remember
Yeah.
that because they qualified on that.
I still remember
insane-
that one. That was also fucking insane.
I put in liquid base race and I get Dota 2, Riyadh Masters, for whatever reason. Don't know why.
There's actually been a couple of like classic liquid, like not base races, but like base like finishing, like Sylar to fall, Liquid are
Oh,
doing
yes.
it. Yeah. Or
I
or
just,
the one at
you know-
TI, although that was that still? Yeah, that
I
was
feel like
Liquid,
I feel
yeah.
like you just activated a neuron in
I
my
did,
head.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
just like,
Dota. You just pictured
Oh my
Bulba
God.
shooting up.
Yeah,
and yeah, dude, I know.
no, I mean, honestly, it
I
is.
love this region. But you know what I will say, though? I will say this. Did you guys see that clip of the LCK, the insane, stupid, ridiculous LCK finish as well?
No, was that
Okay.
over the weekend?
Yes. It was like end of... No, it was like end of last week. Like middle end of last week. Where literally the exact same thing happened in the LCK, in real League of Legends, where they play the best league
Yeah,
in the
where they
world.
actually, you know.
A team couldn't TP back because they were in the middle of a fight, and so Rise, who was split pushing bot lane, literally just ended. Like he just took T3, took inhib, walks up,
was
hits
it,
tier 4s.
was it T1 versus KT?
No, it was not T1. I think it was. Fuck, who was it? I watched actually a fair bit of LCK. So I'm trying to remember.
Genji HLE?
No, that was the final, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that was the final. Genji HLE. I forget who it was playing, but Cadril had to react to it, and Cadril lost his mind. Like not even in a good
Yeah.
way. He was like upset. He was like
Yeah,
visibly upset. It was so fucking stupid. Like, I will say, NA is a meme, but this did happen in the LCK. So it would be nice if all of our domestic finals didn't end this way. It would be nice if, like at some point someone just won
Yeah,
a team
yeah.
fight and was like, guys, great League of Legends. Absolutely lovely job, as opposed to what are these fucking doorknobs doing, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I wish I could find it, but I think he has so many VODs.
It's fine. It's just
Yeah.
maybe I'll send it to you and you can put it in. Post,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
just,
yeah. I'll have
it's
to- I'll have to
so
do- I'll
funny, dude.
put it in.
Like,
but it's just, I love just how wacky League of Legends can be sometimes in this case. But man, yeah, like the fact that it's happening in North America, it's not doing us any favors. you
no,
know?
it's not.
Yeah.
Because I remember when the liquid base race happened, everyone's like, "Fucking North America."
Game 5 as well. Wow.
It's bad.
What? Imagine. ending a game like that
Yeah.
in game 5.
So Tekken happened. CEO happened, by the way.
Tekken's sick.
Oh yeah.
CEO happened,
Can I
right?
go on record and say
CEO.
that Tekken is fucking sick?
Tekken is
Amazing.
fucking dope. Let
Amazing.
everyone who watches our channel we will
Tekken.
let you know, 1, we love Tekken. 2, go watch Tekken right now. Anyway.
Every other esport is shit. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Tekken fucks. If you don't watch Tekken, watch Tekken. Stop watching Counter-Strike. Stop watching Valorant.
You know that's the main camera, not that one, right?
Is this the main camera?
Yeah.
Stop
You.
watching everything. you at home, just watch Tekken, bro. Tekken
watch
fucks.
Tekken.
I've never even played a single game of Tekken in my life, and anytime there's Tekken, I'm like, I'm watching Tekken.
Oh yeah.
Well, you want
anytime.
You want to see something dope? So over the weekend, CEO happened basically. And it's a big fighting game tournament. It's huge, and is usually like a major for a bunch of these fighting games. Hungrybox also won for Melee, believe it or not.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he also broke his controller, had to borrow someone else's,
Oh.
and won the tournament.
I thought they popped off and broke it.
I was gonna say.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
He's broken everything, including chairs, but not his controller, thankfully. But what did happen was there was a player who was named Joe Budden, who I guess is a rapper, came dressed as Dr. Doom.
Of course.
Dude next to him is
The funniest thing about this is he's still wearing a Yankees hat. it's a Joe Budden.
So no. He came as Joe Budden, who's
Yeah.
like another rapper, as Dr. Doom, and this guy is a Pakistani pro. He's legit.
okay.
Yeah.
His name's Bilal.
Bilal. Yes.
And
he is very good.
brother,
Oh.
bro, Dr. Doom what? Look at that fucking stare.
Bro,
Damn.
tell him about himself. Holy
Damn.
shit.
Look
I
at him.
can't even look at him.
Bro,
Look at
no,
him.
hold
Can't
on.
even fucking
Look
at
at
Let
him
me
right
let me bring up the other clip because it is
Did he-
so much better.
Did he win the whole match? Joe.
He can't even
Budden.
look at him. He just.
What would
No,
you do, though?
watch
Like,
this, watch
you're-
this, watch this, watch
you're-
this, boys, watch this, boys. So this is what he does after he wins the match.
I mean, that was a big upset.
Ultra soft. Oh my god.
Cut the feet.
That
Cut the feed. Ref, do something.
that violates the Geneva Convention in
Ref.
some way.
No.
That is
No,
so fucked.
Do you want to know where this went?
Stop him,
So
ref.
so after this happened, no one knows who this guy is. Beats a Pakistani pro as Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Goes as Joe Budden. This dude then takes the toilet paper, the ultra soft toilet paper. Bring this tweet up on screen. Fucking tosses it at the commentators. Throws some toilet paper at the commentators. Gets disqualified. Fucking leaves. No one knows who this guy is.
That is very Doctor Doom of him.
It is very Dr. Doom.
That is
That is
straight up villain, dude. That is
I am like.
Wow.
I'm actually like stunned right now. Like that's so impressive. That's fucked. We're out here fanfaring over like these like silly CS players screaming like shut the fuck up across the stage of the major, and like they look like children in a sandbox compared to
Yeah.
this. This
Yeah.
is like that guy has a family.
that's aura,
Yeah.
bro.
Bilal has a family, bro.
That like no. We talk about aura as if it's like some, like everyone's got aura. Oh, fucking Frozen's got aura.
No one
blah,
has
blah. It's
aura
like no.
after
I feel like
No.
fighting game
No,
aura
this
is just different.
that is fucking aura. Okay.
I feel like staring down your opponent that you're playing with, like right beside you,
He
is
can't even
just
look at him.
yeah,
He
you're
couldn't
just
even
pure
look at
aura.
him.
Bro.
Like
You're downloading him right.
Right.
I'm downloading you right
dude,
now.
dude. Hold on. Bring it up. Dude. Like this that's a fucking
look at
thumbnail.
that.
That's like
He's just staring.
he's
him
just
back.
staring at
Fucking
him.
Look at that.
Bro,
Like you can't do anything.
what
at
do
that
you
point.
what do you actually do?
You're
Anyway.
like, damn, this man is crazy. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
so
Like
fucked.
you just get body. Anyway, Atif ended up winning the whole tournament, but everyone's only just talking about this because it was like, who
Unreal.
the fuck is this guy? We're gonna find out it's someone like Lil Majin or like some actually crazy NA player who just came out of the woodwork to just play in
Yeah.
the bracket. But
That is very on-brand CEO stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fire, man.
yeah.
I love CEO.
Yeah,
and
you
the
wanna-
antics that happen.
can I even? I don't even know if I can show
You know, this
this.
thing happens once a year where I remember that every esport that's not in the FGC sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No, no,
swear
no.
to
Just
God, like,
vibe-wise,
every
yeah.
year, once a year at least, I'm like, oh yeah, we're all scrubs. Like if like all of us FPS,
Yeah.
MOBA, like it's all of it is like so cringe compared to anything that happens in the FGC. The FGC is the only real esport. Like, bro,
Put this tweet on.
I do-
Yeah, put this tweet up because the only real esport.
Oh no.
Bro,
Yeah.
no, dude.
Imagine being your opponent. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, what do you do? What do you do when your opponent is doing this
What do you
right
do?
in front of you? You know?
This is so funny.
That's
Oh,
that's
so-
that's
Bro.
that's
I
diabolical.
wish anyone
dude,
who's
CEO
that
needs
is
to be
diabolical.
preserved at all costs.
I
Like,
wish
Unreal.
I wish anyone who is like listening to this on audio only, I wish they could
Yeah.
see. But that was also Tekken, by the way.
Yeah.
Of course, it was.
So
I just going back to what you said, Dimitri, that every other esport is not real. Like, I remember people were complaining about the CS qualifier being so long.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, stage 1, then you have to go stage 2.
Yep,
And I was like, have you seen Evo?
brother.
2,000
pools.
people.
Like, if you're a really good player, you could lose in pools.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, that's just Evo pools.
Dude,
Yeah.
happened in Melee all the time.
Yeah.
Because especially for Melee, where like we only played generally like best of 5s for like most bracket stage matches. And then like but for most of the bracket stage in Evo, it was best of 3, which was fucked because you had so
Yeah.
many matches that just went in different directions. Yeah, literally anything can happen in pools. That's the whole point of like you go 0-2.
It's so awesome.
You
the
get
best.
2
So
losses,
awesome.
you're done. GG's, right?
So if you don't have the actual mental
Yeah, you're
to kind of like withstand the pressure, you're cooked.
I don't know how
from
they
the
do
start.
it, man. I don't know how they do it. Like, it's just, it would be so difficult to be a fighting game player. Like, I just often look at them and I think, man, I would fucking crumble under the pressure. Like, honestly, right?
Yeah.
Like, you sit there and it's just you. It's you. There's no teammate. There's no simple blaming his fucking the bots who are on contract with him. Like, no, like there's no like, oh, my teammate didn't clutch or all the
Yeah.
flash. Like, it's just you and that player. And it's just like, it's like tennis in pro sports.
Yeah.
It's you. It's just you. You have to and that's like,
But it
really
also
scary,
it also it's why I think we mythologize people. Like it's why Daigo is the fucking GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
Is because like he was so good for so long.
so
and
long.
It's just him.
Mental.
You know?
Plus,
Just
he
mental,
had
man.
like the insane highlights and matches
Yes.
to show for it.
Yeah, that
which
too.
is like even more crazy.
Like, can
than
you
just
imagine?
like
No. Can
being
you,
good.
can you actually imagine like when Arslan Ash was coming up for the first time, and he's like a Pakistani pro who just is mythologizing like these Korean guys are absolute fucking legends, right? And then imagine like going to Evo and like having to play knee for
Yeah.
like the first time, and you're coming from Pakistan, like a region that like no one has heard of in the context of Tekken. Like, dude, like how do you deal with that on Evo, like the Evo Grand Final stage,
I don't
bro?
know. Yeah.
And he,
You know?
he did it.
And he
forget he
fucking
did
did
it
it.
back to back.
Back to
Evos.
back.
Yeah, I
bro.
know, dude.
You know,
One of the
Like,
trying to go for a
actually,
One of the
third.
greatest,
Real.
one of the greatest living gamers. Like
Yeah.
100. Well, I say living. One of the greatest active gamers. Like one of the greatest. Like,
dude, and his freaking his buddy now, like Atif is also on a run. He's good chance for Evo himself. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like, I'm not going to Evo this year. Devin is, but I am so excited for Tekken. Not even just because of who might win it, but the whole Pakistani versus Korea region thing is by far, I think, one of the most exciting things in esports.
makes no, and it just makes
Yeah.
no sense.
It's insane. It's
Yeah.
Korea,
It's
the
like-
mecca of
Yeah,
esports.
against
Yeah.
Pakistan, and how is it? You know what I mean? You have this absolute grudge match between these
Yeah,
two. Like
it-
it's so
The-
cool.
The thing too with that, it's it just came out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
It
It
literally
was just like,
nowhere.
oh yeah, we have this like rivalry now, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh,
we've
what the
dominated.
fuck happened?
It'd be like if you took Pakistan, put him in StarCraft, because
Yeah.
because Korea was dominating for that long in
Yes.
Tekken. Put him in StarCraft, and then boom, you just like have MSL finals where it's like the best
Yeah.
Pakistani player versus the best Korea player. It's very much on the same level.
Imagine Mongolia being somehow really good at League.
I actually dead ass thought you were gonna say good at CS.
They're already good. They're already
Yeah,
there.
no, like,
They're already
it's
there.
just- but yeah, I mean, right? Like the Mongols, fucking, it is.
This is
kinda
our life,
that.
dude. This is our life, dude.
It's kind of that. Like it's like they just show up in this game that has been big in Europe for 20 years,
Yeah.
25 years,
Yeah.
and they just literally are like, we fuck, and,
Yeah.
and they just.
I love them, and I
Oh,
love
I
them
love
for
him.
that.
I love him.
Oh, I love them
him,
so
you
much,
know.
man.
But
That was cool. Thank you for introducing that into my life.
Yeah.
It just reminded me that every other esport is a fucking joke.
I will.
It's not Tekken.
I don't have the tool, but if you want me to like Men in Black, like that latter one out of your head, I will.
No, that made up for it.
Okay.
Actually, what I wanted you to do was Men in Black that so we could watch it again.
Right.
Okay,
Because
alright,
that
yeah.
was so sick.
Okay. So, are you guys aware of Splitgate?
I am aware of Splitgate.
I'm not.
Okay. Do you know what Splitgate is? It is a first-person shooter that is meant to emulate the physics of Halo and like how it plays with the mechanics of Portal.
Haven't there been like 4 of these? Was
It's
that other
probably
one?
the same
It's-
Splitgate.
So
What's that
same game.
The something. What was it called? It was an FPS that came out like a year ago. No, it was like it was called the something. It was what was it?
do you know how many games start with
There's a bunch.
No, there's
Finals.
the
The
finals.
finals.
The finals.
Yeah,
I was
that
like-
doesn't have portals.
I was
Thank you, Colton, producer Colton.
I was like, isn't this all the same? Aren't these all the same game? Are they not? I'm
No,
actually asking.
no.
No, this
One's a
one,
battle
yeah.
royale. One is not, and well, I think they are actually adding them up. But
Is Splitgate Shroud's game?
no, god damn, you're
Shroud's
such a
game, I believe, is
boomer.
dead.
Yes,
Rest in
it's
peace.
dude. Halo with portals. That's all you have to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, they made a sequel, right?
Okay.
Because Splitgate 1 kind of failed because like it was really freaking hard and people didn't really get into it as much. But they made a sequel and it is crashing and burning.
Yes.
On every level. First off, you might have seen it because there was a what?
It's like not even the first time out. He's like, they made one, and no one played it, so they made another.
No. Like
I think some
No,
people
no.
did play the first
because
one.
I played
Let's-
the first one. I actually
Yeah.
really enjoyed the first one, but it's one of those games where it's like the casual experience to like the high level experience sucked so much ass. It was awful. But for this one, they tried to fix it. Let's get it on the screen.
I
here.
believe they also turned it into a battle royale.
This is how they introduced.
That's a hat. That's
This
a
is
good
how
one.
they kind of introduced. I think I don't know if it was it was Summer Games Fest for Splitgate. This isn't really like good anymore. I don't think you can really get away with this as like a tongue-in-cheek joke anymore.
What does his hat say?
Make FPS great again.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So this is kind of where things started really falling apart because it was this combined with a bundle pack that they introduced, which pretty much was like an $80 like I think it was a founders bundle which cost like $80 and like some other cosmetics that also costed a lot. That the game community is kind of going.
Is this game
up in
good?
arms. I don't know. I haven't played it. But it's
right.
supposed to improve on like what actually is Splitgate 1. It's just I've
Yeah.
never seen so many people rage. at
I've
a game
played
before.
Splitgate 1. It was fun.
Yeah.
But as with any game that has a gimmick, the gimmick eventually kind of like,
Wears off.
yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
You know
I'm
what's
outta
fucked
here.
though? Okay, because I was thinking about it, and like this is like everyone's raging about it because obviously, they're looking at the $80 transactions and stuff like that. Yeah. But they're primarily looking at like how they marketed the game because like along with the hat, it was a very like dude bro like we're gonna bring it back like to the good old days
Yeah.
like Call of Duty like level blah blah. It was, like that sort of dude bro gaming kind of level of marketing, and it didn't really pan out at all. Like and the guy apologized for it. I think his director or whatever he apologized for it. He made a video on it, and they're like, "Oh, Splitgate 2 is actually doing really well," and all this stuff. And so they're just looking at any holes to poke into this game. And it's not as if the game is like fundamentally bad. What is kind of fucked though is like, are we trying to pretend like $80 bundles for like microtransactions are somehow new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are we not?
Yeah.
Like, are we looking at our League of Legends shops or our Valorant shops or our Counter-Strike skin markets or like anything like, or fucking God knows our Rocket League item store?
Yeah.
Thing? You gotta fit one.
Imagine being in that marketing team for Splitgate 2.
Yeah.
They're like $80 bundle. No one would care. And then you release it and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Why are you guys mad at us? There's already a bunch of these fucking bundles everywhere.
How much is the game?
Oh gosh, I want to say it's free to play, but I can't.
It has to be,
confirm.
right?
I think it's free to play.
This is
but
where I'm going
I
with
could
my
be
question,
wrong.
right? Because Valorant
Pull
is free
that
to
up,
play,
Jamie.
League of Legends is free to play, Counter Strike is free to play.
Yeah.
Right? But if this game is not free to play, which if it is, then like, right?
Splitgate
It's
2 is
free
free
to
to play.
play.
Okay, so it's free to play. So yeah.
But the
then
founders
I
pack
get
is
it.
like $80,
Okay.
and it's like, and also I love this headline because it's like,
Is it pay to win? Is the question.
no, I don't think so. Launched with $80 bundles, Blabe's former monetization head who happened to come from Call of Duty.
Ooh, I
But-
love being the monetization.
Like, cause like, okay,
Yeah,
let's take a quick look at this. It's like what comes with it: 6 weapon skins or 6 character skins, 24 weapon skins, 2 emotes, 3 banners, 3 charms, 3,000 split coins.
Split coin
That actually sounds like it sounds like a meme coin, dude.
to the moon.
Yeah, no, but it's because I'm like, I don't get how people are so mad at this when I feel
Yeah.
like we have so many more aggressive, like awful, fucking god awful monetization options in esports right now.
We do.
yeah,
You know.
I feel
We
like it's
definitely
such a norm now that I don't know why this one was such a big deal.
Like,
you know what I mean?
like I look at Valorant skins nowadays. What the fuck are we doing?
I mean, it's been like this for 5 years. Like
I know.
The skins
Yeah.
are like
Yeah.
$80 for a new bundle or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck, 50 odd bucks for a new bundle.
Bro, I
right?
could get a new record with that, man.
And then you just like 2 months later, the new bundle comes out. You have to buy that one, and then the 2
Yeah.
months later, there's this FOMO. Like dead ask. Like we could ask Niall, like, how much have you spent on Valorant skins in the past 5 years, right? And it's different in something like Counter Strike because in Counter Strike you can there are investments. You can sell
Yeah.
skins, you can make money on skins, you can but in Valorant you're just buying. You're just putting money into the game, right? In a way, and same with League
Yeah.
of Legends, right? In a way you'll never get back. And like, I don't know.
also the game is free, so it's like I don't know. Like,
well, this is the trade-off: is that the game is free. You don't have to buy any of the stuff if you don't want to. So
Yeah.
it really is puzzling why people are so confused or
And,
annoyed
like-
by it.
because like the finals is the same way. Where like I think I can't remember if you had to buy the game or not, but like the finals was like a cheap/free game. Shut up, cheap/free game, and like I had a great time without like buying a single skin. The only skin I bought was so I could be like Arthur Morgan in the game and just have like a revolver where you go. And
See, that's hype,
yeah.
You know,
With League, I mean, I made videos like I think right after the new year, right, like around Riot and like the Hex Tech stuff, and like people were incensed because like Riot was basically scaling back all of the monetization stuff in League. They were paring it down to the bare minimum, removing literally all free cosmetics. I feel like there's a bit of a pass there, and the so-called like, well, like if you don't want it, just don't buy it. They're just skins. Like if you don't want to get, I think with League, it's a little bit more nuanced because like the game is 15 years old,
Yeah.
and like it's built a huge community.
Yeah.
It's also like the most successful esport on the planet.
Yes.
So Riot basically being like, I don't know, guys, that free 500 Riot coin Jinx skin from 2014 that you could have got. We I don't know if we can part with that. The times are tough. Like
Yeah.
that's a little chintzier and like more like
I definitely understood a lot more of the anger with the
Yeah.
Riot bundle because I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, you're owned by Tencent.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
yeah. It, like,
unlimited money.
Yes.
Why are you trying to rinse the rock even more? And like, it's just like harder for the newer player. Like, why? Like the newer player.
But
is
it's also
gonna-
not you're not rewarding a player who's been playing the game for 17 years and who like relies on their free hex tech chests
Yeah.
to get skins. They play a lot of
Exactly,
like it's just it felt like I think I said this in the video, but like I felt like there was a long-standing handshake agreement between the player and Riot, and it felt like they were reneging on a long-standing agreement
Yeah.
that we all had as a community. Whereas with a new game who's trying to get off the ground and they're trying to like stop right, who's not League of Legends, owned by Riot Games, owned by Tencent, it is somewhat more understandable that like you have like, hey guys, we really, the game's free to play, but in order
Yeah.
for the game to be free to play, we sort of need money, and
Yeah.
we in order to, right. I'm not saying you should pay $80 for cosmetics for a game that I don't even know if it's good or not. I'm just saying that like it's not out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
It happens all the time now.
Yeah.
It's dog shit in every fucking game. I don't like. I don't know, dude. There's such a large
Bernie,
conversation to be had here about these large
you,
AAA multiplayer games.
Do you buy skins?
Do I buy skins? No, I don't have any skins. You shouldn't have skins. No, I'm joking. You should kind of like buy and support the games that you want to support, but I think just know that in the back of your head, you should know that you vote with your wallet.
Mm.
And if you keep buying these bum ass skins, poorly designed, and looks like ass,
Yep.
they're gonna keep selling it to you.
Yep.
The same with games.
Yep.
If you keep pre-ordering these terrible games, they will keep selling them to you. So do what you want with your money, but I am endorsing you to buy smartly.
I think a huge
What
thing
an
with
adult's
gamers is-
opinion.
No, but I
What,
think
what
a
a
huge-
fucking adult
like
opinion.
I know like there's like a tongue-in-cheek sense of that, but like it really is a real thing. Like I think that is what is most shocking about this
Yeah.
is not that like people are complaining or they're incensed or that it's $80. What is the most insane thing to me is like every time someone complains about this, it's like, oh, man, like I want to buy a big bundle to start playing this new multiplayer FPS game that I'm probably going to play 4 times, and and I don't even know, and like, but it's $80, and why can't it be? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, just don't buy it, like don't,
Like,
but like it's
my
all
brother-
bad. I bought Split Fiction.
Yeah.
Because that's a good game
Yeah.
made by, and like I bought that. It's the only thing I bought this year. I have not bought a League of Legends skin in almost 2 years. I bought KDA Gragas.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Gragas main, and I was like, if they put KDA Gragas in, I'm buying KDA Gragas. But like, I look at these low effort skins, and I'm like, I'm not paying for this.
Yeah.
They put a
You
nice
don't-
skin in the
you
game.
don't have to buy them.
You don't have to fucking buy them. You don't have to
Guys,
buy anything. It's like
Save
just,
your
Yeah.
money.
My-
Buy a house.
My
it's-
brother in Christ, the game is free.
yes.
Bro, in this economy.
And like, if the skin is good, if you look at the skin and you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
cool.
you're right.
Buy it. Like, I will give props to Valve in this regard. Like, the skins that they are selecting for the cases in CS2 now, like, are amazing. And like every case they put in the game now, even the blues, are super,
Really
super,
good.
super cool.
Really good.
Super fucking
Yeah.
high quality. The artists who submit them to the Steam Workshop do an amazing job. And like, they're really cool. They're awesome. I'm happy to give $3 for a case open, whatever, once in a while, and I get a blue Glock, and I'm like, that's a cool skin. I will
Yep.
use that skin. It's really cool. It doesn't have to be rare. It can be 70 cents.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's just, it looks cool. But like, I look at some of these League skins, and I'm like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that
Yeah.
people are FOMO buying these cosmetics is like absolutely insane. Just
I-
don't FOMO buy anything.
Yeah,
I'm not
please
just saying don't
don't.
spend.
No,
I'm saying
actually.
don't like.
My rule is that the only skins that I buy, or the only time I'll ever buy skins, is if there is a marketplace for it. So I only buy Valve skins.
But there's no marketplaces for like any skins that are not Valve, right?
There
Are
was for Rocket League.
Well, Siege has that
There
one. But
was.
it's the currency.
There was one.
Siege has. How are we back here? I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to not.
There was one,
Siege
guys.
has the marketplace for their skins, but
Yeah.
you can only sell and buy them for like UB bucks, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
it's
and
called.
that but that's like
Which is
I-
cool.
There
You can buy
has to
games with
be
that.
there has to be a way where it's like I am not permanently invested.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
literally throwing my fucking money away. Right? Because I'm not
Yes.
getting anything. If I buy a League skin, I'm not getting anything out of that skin other than I guess I kind of like the skin.
No, but
right?
I'm fine with that as long as like the skins are of good quality, and I decide I want to pay
Yeah.
$13 for
No,
like this
dude.
Gragas skin that I will use thousands of fucking times.
Yes, but
right?
how many times like does that actually happen?
It used to happen a lot
know,
more often, and the
I have a
problem
friend
now is they're
at
all
home
shit.
who says he spent like somewhere close to like $3,000 in skins, and I'm like, "Are you using those
On League
Yeah,
skins.
On League skins,
Yeah.
and it's like, you don't even like it's the whole idea of digital ownership. You don't even fucking own your league account anymore. You can get
Yeah.
banned and all those skins are gone.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Well,
what
in
is
fairness,
the
that's
point?
the same with
You're
with
fucking
Valve, but-
tossing your shit away, man. Like you're
I
tossing your
would
money away.
say, once you kind of create this marketplace, and it's now worth something, your skins is now worth something. We're opening a can of worms. Casinos,
Hawk
skin
to a
trading.
coin.
hawk to a coin.
You know, all I'm saying, Dimitri said
Oh
on
my
another
gosh.
episode that the best time of his life in Dota was like when he could gamble.
Brother, I literally Dota 2 lounge, CS:GO lounge, the golden days.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's really sick is watching your favorite team up 9 to 3.5. You know what's even sicker is watching your favorite team up 9 to 3.5 when you got a fucking Dragon Lord in the game, brother. That shit.
Oh,
we
shit.
don't endorse gambling.
absolutely not.
We don't.
We
Yeah,
don't
we
endorse
But
gambling.
point being, dude, just like be smart with your money, man. Like
No, just stop.
Yeah.
I want to be more
buy a
concrete. I want
house,
to be more
get a
concrete.
job.
Stop. Like to your point, Bernie, about
Yeah.
like support. Stop FOMO buying cosmetics that are just like clearly lazily inserted into the game. Of course, it has a founders edition. Of course, it's $80. Like they're just trying to capitalize on the FOMO. They're trying to just look at a thing, a skin, a game, whatever, and be like, "Is this cool?" Nah. And if it's not cool, then don't fucking buy it.
That was like how I was when Valorant first came out. Like I hated all of like the Elder Dragon skins. You know what I liked most? The Prism skins.
Those are cool.
The Prism skins were so fucking heat.
They were clean.
And like
Really
so
good.
much of like the mid tier level skins were just actually the best.
Oh, the
They-
minimalist ones. I
Yeah,
love those two.
the
in
Sakura
Valorant.
skins
Yeah.
were like awesome,
Yeah,
and I'm
they were
like, I
cool.
don't like anything else. I just want like my one skin.
Yeah.
I still on my Valorant account just have the Sakura skin on my Vandal. That's it. Moving on from this though, we're gonna be wrapping up soon. But I did see a clip that ended up on my timeline. We're so fucked. Like
Oh no, this is Rakai.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh shit!
and there's still someone behind it, by the way. Like
I need some context here. Is this like a self-driving car?
no,
He's just driving.
he's
and
just driving. Let's go. Checks his phone for whatever. I don't know if it's chat or something. And then he nearly swerves off the road.
Yep.
We're so fucked,
Dude,
guys.
can we just not like
Can we just ban IRL streams? Like, can we just
let's move on.
actually just like be done with this? Like,
let's move on.
no, because this is our last topic, bro.
I refuse to let that be the thing we end with. I'm no, absolutely not. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
well,
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. I don't got anything past that. You got anything going on?
What do we? Well, let's say.
What is going on in?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say one thing that I
Yeah.
didn't get to mention earlier. And I can't. Fuck, this is crazy. This is Dimitri doing his third Valorant callback
Fucking
in one
Christ.
episode. But I will say this: I had a lot of fun on Friday when I was there meeting people, fans, community members.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It was it's always my favorite thing about going to events is just
Oh
talking
yeah,
to people.
dude. If there's people.
It's the best. And like I will say, yo, the tickets. I am getting wind of the fucking tickets
yeah.
for Masters. And like I was talking to some lovely guys from like they're university students, and they were only there because they said their university gave away like free raffled or whatever, like
Yeah.
gave away tickets for like that particular day, and they were super lucky they got them, whatever. So they came. They were so excited to be there. But I was like, oh, are you guys coming back like tomorrow, day after, whatever, next weekend? They were like, no, dude, like tickets like for like upper bracket quarterfinal, right? Hundreds of dollars. Tickets for the finals, so this coming weekend, over 1,000.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. I do have thoughts on this.
I was like, this is what happens when you hold
Yeah.
an event in downtown Toronto. For those who don't know, don't live here, it's like obscene
Yes.
with everything, concerts, it doesn't matter. Like it's just absolutely ridiculous. But I was like, yo, this is
Who's this?
Crazy.
crazy.
Who's this for?
That's the thing, right? Like, I think Riot priced their tickets for the people who go to Leafs games.
Dude.
Bro,
And,
that's what I was thinking. I was like, bro, just go to a Leafs game.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if they don't know this, but most of your fans are like university kids.
Yeah,
Like they can't afford
they're
shit.
not lawyers in suits.
Yeah, they can't afford like these fucking expensive ass tickets. And I think I don't know. Maybe is it just mispriced? They didn't know who they're selling to.
Part of it's
You know
also
what? No,
resale,
because
though,
I
right?
think it's also like one scalpers resale.
Yeah.
But like
But I think it started off expensive already, though.
But-
That's the thing.
much was it, do you know?
Enercare.
I have no idea.
I think there were still hundreds.
Really?
Hundreds
Yeah, I
of
think there were still
dollars, yeah.
hundreds. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
For a single day.
Well, that's a
No,
riot.
because I remember the tweets going around and people were like, "What the fuck?" But like they just got them anyway. But
Yeah.
Enercare is expensive. One of the things that I know is like there's a reason why teams aren't selling merch there, it's because like they gotta give up part of their cut basically, and it's like a whole thing for the venue. Like it's really really expensive to run there. And I have to imagine that like the ticket cost has to go in line with that because at least Riot has to break even
Yeah.
on some of these events.
The merch
right?
was expensive. It felt about as expensive. Riot merch, like the Valorant
Yeah.
merch I saw, it looked about as expensive as like
I think
the
the ho-
merch I've seen at other
Yeah,
events.
I think the
Right.
hockey jersey is like 200.
Yeah, and T-shirts were like 50-ish, 55, whatever. But like
they're
that's
good.
merch pricing. I mean, that's like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
but like I would have loved if we could have like, dude, Sentinels merch would go hard. So many of these different teams would go incredibly hard at some of these events. But I think it might have just been, who gets what cut, how much profit, do
Yeah.
the teams have to give away for Riot ticket cut or a venue ticket cut, whatever.
it just sucks.
It's like because I'm especially in Toronto. To those of you who don't know, Toronto is a really big community for Valorant. Like T-Val is a thing.
Yes.
Toronto Valorant
Yeah.
is a thing. Shout
Also,
out T-Val.
I think esports as a whole, Toronto has a pretty big.
we do.
Worth
but, like,
mentioning as well, the way we're structured, right, is like, because I used to play Dota, like the LAN cafes up like by Pacific Mall.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, go get my fucking clock cleaned,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
with
dude.
real players, and they come also from like Northern Ontario.
Yeah.
So this thing in Toronto is where like it's like we are this hub where like everybody in Northern Ontario within like some people who parked at the X,
Yep.
they drove like 2.5 hours from some town, right? So it becomes very competitive because everybody wants the same with concerts, same with sports
Yeah.
games, right? I'll say this: I was talking to Riot when I was there, and like they're lovely. They were asking for my feedback on like the just offhandedly about the event, and so I gave glowing feedback. Like, I love the way
yeah,
it's
so
Yeah.
well done.
it's
man.
very
The venue
well
is
made. The
amazing.
fan zone is cool. The arena's cool. Like the only thing that I was like, what the fuck was the fucking pricing? The ticket.
Yeah.
I was like, I have people texting me.
Yeah.
Being like, I felt so bad because they're texting me. They're like, oh, like people who work with like youth groups that I work with, being like, hey, like, like, is there any way we could just get a few tickets, get some guys down? They're big fans, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even think it is like
Yeah.
a material
Yeah.
possibility
I-
unless you have like thousands of dollars to burn. It's like just to get there on like an off day, like
Yeah.
a day when
Yeah.
it's not
No,
even
no, actually,
finals
like
or
a
whatever,
group
right?
stage or
Yeah,
whatever.
like,
Like,
a-
it's still just
an early bracket.
but it's also like it's empty as well, right? Or not empty, but like there's still open seats available.
there
Just
were a lot of
make it-
open seats.
Make it available. Sorry, you were
Yeah.
saying.
I was just gonna say like building on the point that you were saying. I think Toronto has like this really rich esports background, but that I feel like the communities are very small in terms of like it's very grassroots.
Yeah.
Right. And I think the way they kind of held this, it's very like astroturfed.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's so expensive and it's not really targeting the people who are in Toronto
Yeah.
and are actively participating
It's suffocating.
in all these communities.
I saw
right?
a lot of young people there. I saw a lot of people who looked like they were really excited to be there. I will say
Of course,
that
yeah.
it was really awesome.
Yeah.
It was
It was sick.
A lot of
Lot of-
cosplay.
a lot of couples, a lot of friends, a lot of like big friend groups.
Yep.
Like it just looked like something that people were like really excited to go get to see. And I had a really fun time. Like I had a
Yep.
lot of fun at the end. I can't wait to go back
Yeah, I'm
tomorrow
excited
and
to go
Friday
back.
and Sunday. Like
Yeah.
I want to go back at least 3 more days.
Are we still
Like,
trying to go
I'm-
this week?
I think we are going back this week. We are. I don't know if I'm allowed to leak this. I'm leaking anyways. We're giving away a couple of Be Quiet keyboards.
So this
So watch out.
episode
Watch
will
out.
go out tonight. If you do watch this,
Yeah. If you're
We'll
at the
be-
event Tuesday
see
or
us.
Friday, we'll be there.
and you might win a keyboard.
You might win a keyboard or you might not.
So sad.
Don't blame
Probably
me.
won't.
Don't blame me.
And on that bombshell, this is a good time to wrap up. What a good topic to go on. But definitely, again, if you see us at Valorant Masters Toronto, we'll be there. You might see myself. You might see Dimitri. You might see Bernard. Or Niall.
just
Please
come
come
up
up,
and say hi.
Say hi.
Yeah.
You know, we'll shoot the shit. We'll talk about anything
Yeah.
with you. If you want to talk about Counter-Strike at a Valorant event, we'll
I
talk
spent
about it.
25 minutes discussing CS and Korean League of Legends with a group of lads
Sick.
at the event. Please just come up and say hi. I saw a lot of people come up. I can also tell a lot of people are like. I can also glean from like the faces. People are like too nervous, or they
Yeah,
think we're
because you're
working.
tall as fuck,
Just
Dimitri.
come up. Just come up and say hi.
I don't think you
please.
guys realize this guy's like 6'4",
5.
Yeah, you will see him.
6'5". You will see him.
I actually will be honest. I can't. It's not possible for me to go incognito.
Yeah.
It happened the first time.
It's
I
that,
walked into
but
the press room
it's
and
also
first
the
time,
hair.
First time
It's-
someone screamed was just, "Holy shit, he's so tall!"
It's like that Shaq meme where he's like, "Oh, how long until people recognize me?" And he's like, "Hey, Shaq." He's just like,
All right. Well,
we know it's you.
thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we'll be at Valorant. We also got our crew over in Austin. It's a busy time for esports, but we appreciate you. We'll go ahead and talk about comments another time. I will say real quick before we leave, everyone did agree with me on the take that CS is stinky because of esports. Esports jerseys are in fact stinky. Thank you so much for believing me on that. We'll be back next week, of course. We might have Niall in, or might have Bernard in, we might have both you guys in. We'll see how it goes. Either way, thank you guys so much. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all the stuff. We'll be back next week for a new episode of TTK. Have a good one. Peace.